so awesome. Welcome back to the second segment of where we turn the camera on the audience and anyone who's here who has questions in regards to anything that pertains to new growth, perspective broadening, life understanding, or just some feedback on where y'all are and how you think that the book is going to help to transform your perspective. And so we're going to give some space for that. But the one thing I want to say before we continue on is, number one, thank you all for being here to support Sade in this new journey, this new growth season where she releases all of the burdens on her shoulder and she now sits that down. So you guys are in the vortex of her recreating or redesigning the new path for herself. And so we're in witness of that. I want to congratulate you. And in addition to that, please, I hope that this is a testament to anybody in this room that if you have a goal and there is something burning as a desire inside of you, that you too can achieve anything that you put yourself in the vortex of creating. But number one, always stay true to you. Always keep like-minded people around you.
Yes.
And always look for new opportunities to expand the vision. All criticism is not bad criticism. And just because someone is giving you some criticism doesn't mean they're hating on you.
Right.
It just means that they have a bigger vision for you. And maybe you were a little bit too small to accept that feedback. But go back and then pray for understanding of that feedback. And if it's perfectly aligned for you, then you too can create a book, a location, a store, a candle business, whatever the business is, whatever the idea is where you can create and give yourself fully, authentically. Seek guidance for that, and also just know that the people around you want to see you do great. Okay? Yes. So, who wants to kick off the first
question or just talk?
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah. I think we got 30, 40 minutes just to be able to do this.
Yeah,
so 30, 40 minutes. We're going to vibe out. We're going to ask questions. I'm coming right to you, my love. We're going to vibe out. We're going to ask questions. And, yeah. All right, cool. I'm going to stand up and welcome to my baby over here. This is not. Hey. First introduce. Ooh. I know I didn't do that.
It's all right. No.
It was a dusty one.
Talking about later. And that's why I like you. Okay. All right. So, one, introduce yourself, your name. And then once you ask your question, I am going to go back and sit down. Okay. I'm in my heels. I've been dancing with y'all. Okay, low, these knees. All right.
Well, hello, everyone. I am J Soul.
Hey, J-Soul.
Hey, Sade.
Hey.
So my question is really just, how are you feeling right now in this moment, and just how are you just taking in everything right now?
I'm taking in love. Like, I'm with the people who I vibe with, I love, and that really know me and know kind of, a majority of people that's here was at my grand opening. So, it's kind of like part two to that. So, I feel good. Moral of the story. Like, thank you.
Okay.
I feel good.
What inside of you felt the need to ask that question? Like, where are you right now? Like, is there something greater to that question, or you're just simple, how you feeling right now? Because you were feeling great too, and you're in this vortex, and so you're reaping benefit of that, right? It's heightening up your vibration right now. So is there anything deeper to that question?
Ooh. I'm feeling high vibrational.
Yeah, it's a lot of vibes in here right now.
Very high. No low.
No low.
I feel very high vibrational.
If you know, you know.
Shout out to Coach Shorty.
Right.
Kind of.
Right.
Girl, I had a whole joke in my head. But who's next? Yes, baby.
Okay, so I have a question. It is, as you continue to make steps and grow throughout your life, are you more so fearful, or are you do you have some more so like release after releasing the book, or are you fearful for your future with like the undecided future?
That's a great question.
That is a great question. Kind of like what I said earlier. It's like part one to your question, because you asked two questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first part is like once you guys read the book is when once you finish, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, now I can go into new growth. It's not necessarily like when you start the book, you'll be in new growth. It's once you finish, you'll be in new growth. So that's kind of like how I feel. So not fear at all. You know, especially when you have like accountability partners with you, you don't really feel too fearful. It's just more of like, all right, am I doing the right thing? Yeah, no, but it's not fear. It's more like anxious, like, okay, what's next? Excitement too, because hair is like autopilot. That comes natural to me. Like I could like down there fall asleep braiding hair all day. I braid fast, like, and I'm just like tuned out, and the results come out the same way each time. So I'm like every client's gonna come out with great results every time. So I'm not fearful of that. So it's like now I'm stepping into new territory. So it's like it's a bit excitement because I needed that.
Okay, Black
Bored.
Oprah.
Okay.
Right?
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, there's a saying. It's called master of many. Well, what's it called? Jack of all trades, but master of none.
Yeah.
When you can juggle so much, and in your life, you represent juggle.
Yeah.
Girl, quarterback and baby, where's that?
Okay.
So,
Running back sometimes.
running back. You know what I'm saying?
Say
Touchdown! Touchdown!
All
Touchdown!
positions, okay?
Right. But how do you feel about some of the areas in your life taking a back seat?
Yeah. It's kind of like the thing of sacrifice. Like, okay, I'm obviously getting older. I'm still young. I'm still popping, but I'm getting older. You know, I'll be 30 February 1st.
Okay, and that's
So,
mid-30s.
you know, I'm trying to, you know,
Mid-30s.
I'm in a beautiful relationship.
Okay,
I'm trying to have a little baby.
Give me a
Like,
niece.
I'm just
Oh.
Give me a niece.
I'm just saying.
I'm looking
So
at the
I'm-
camera, girl.
I'm just saying.
I'm
You
just
know what it
saying.
is. No, I'm just saying, like, but it's, you know, a part of you to where it's like you start to think about the future.
Right.
So it's like all that popping it, Jack and Jane of all trades, it becomes old to where it's like you physically cannot be present in each position.
Mhm.
I'm a salon owner, I'm a braider, I'm a publicist, I'm an author.
Right.
Like I wear so many hats. Like we joke about it, we like you 7 people, and it's for real. And I mean, I'm kind of like in a position where it's like I want to create passive income. I want to be in a position to where I can fully create and be in that space. And you can create from the privacy of your home.
Right.
You know, and it's obviously I have a platform in a salon, but I can also manage this
Mhm.
from the comfort of my home or
Right.
come in, come out. But it's like I'm owner and operator of
Right.
the business, and that can become too much sometimes.
It's called leveraging time. So
Right.
you're finding ways to leverage your time.
Exactly, because I have so many relationships. I have relationships in the entertainment space.
Right.
I have relationships in the beauty space.
Right.
I've literally so many relationships, and my biggest fear, we talk about fear, like had been presented, my biggest fear is not being able to lean in
Right.
those relationships because
And when you said that, the first
I
word
did
that came
before.
into my heart was responsibility.
Right.
There's just a lot of responsibility.
no, it is.
You know, and so navigating through that and just being like, you know, and I'm good at these things, but like my original question stands: is there an area in your life where you feel like it's gonna have to take a back seat in order for you to go forward?
Yeah, no, that's a good question because I don't know yet.
Yeah, okay.
You know, sometimes I think like, okay, PR has to take a backseat, but I'm like, damn, those PR connections, those entertainment
It can open
connections,
up so much more.
open up so many, you know,
Yeah.
so many doors. Like, I mean, I thank so many people in my book, and some of those people were the PR clients. Hitmaker, Latasha, Jay Nova, Hitmaker, aka Young Bird. Like, so many celebrities that have put their trust in me to carry their campaign,
Right.
like to promote their music.
Yeah.
Latasha with her book, you know, so many things to where it's like, damn, I can't take the back seat on that because obviously, like, I'm gonna be sending my books to them
Right.
to where they can see their name, and whatever they decide to do with it, it's in their hands, and who knows who hands it's gonna be in.
Right.
So I don't feel like it's the timing for
Mhm.
that. And again, I feel like a part of me is owed to Felicia with Purple Agency because she invested in my mental health.
Right.
You know, and so it's just God. It's not timing yet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay because it's not taking so much of me
Right.
with that.
Right.
I be thinking about hair. You know, it'll be 3 years, August 7th
Right.
next year, where I had this salon for 3 years,
Congratulations.
and I'm like,
In your 20s, baby. In your 20s.
and I'm like, all right. I was talking to Boo about it, like, babe, like, what am I gonna do? Like, babe, do I just close it down? Do I keep it? Like, I don't know kind of where I stand with it because it's still that question of sacrifice. What do you let go? So,
Right.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Genuinely proud of you. You got this, girl.
I got this.
Who's next?
Even in the unknown.
Hey. Okay, I'm sorry. I come right to you, my brother. I come right to you.
Hi, how everybody doing?
Hey. You got
Hi,
any
sister.
My name is Morgan Ray, LA Ray for most of you guys.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
Shay's stepsister,
Woo. Yes.
Sahara big sister.
Okay.
I don't have a question. I just want to take this time to give you your flowers. You feel me? I preached about that the other day. A lot of time we tend to give people their flowers when they're gone,
Yeah.
but you know I give you your flowers all the time. Period.
Yeah, you do.
I just want to say.
Come to camera.
Go up. I'm like,
I got my glasses on because you know I'm always emotional about you. Okay, classy bitch. I don't want to look at you because I'm crying.
Look at me.
I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm gonna look at you last. I just want to say, Sade, I am beyond proud of you. You are inspiration to me. I tell you this every time I can. Just seeing your elevation, your growth as a woman, not even just a business woman, like just us meeting in freaking 4th, 5th grade up until now. We about to be 30.
Yeah.
We talked about this, Sade.
Right.
We talked about this. And like just on both of our ends, just us living in our truth. Just God continue to align everything that was meant for us.
Yeah.
We always believed in it. And we're going to continue to
Yeah.
keep God first. You already know. We both going to keep God first. The world is ours, girl. You already know.
That part.
I can't wait to read your book.
Yeah.
We talked about this. You always wanted to add being an author under your belt. And here we are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Talk about it.
I would have missed it for anything in the world. I didn't make your grand opening because you know I'm already in Africa, Arizona.
It's alright.
I made sure I was here for this, girl. You already fucking know.
I just want to say,
Don't do that.
no, along with that, like, I told you I was intentional, right? So, again, today is October 8th. A few of the people that are here live in other states and just ironically was here this weekend. So, let's not make that mistake that this was divine.
Yeah.
Always about timing. I always say perfect timing, you know, as far as keeping our faith strong. Continue being that. Continue building your bond with God. You feel me? And I'll learn a lot from you. You learn a lot from me. I can't look at you, man. I can't wait to see what God has next for you because I just know He's not stopping when it comes to you. When it comes to all of us. Everybody's surrounded by you, and here in this room, you're surrounded by love.
Yeah.
That's all you wanted. As far as you get to this point, we ran through a lot of fake people.
Yeah.
But we never deserved that.
Check out LA Ray,
okay? Okay. Oh my God.
I love you,
I'm about to come to you next, okay? I think one of the most beautiful things about this kind of witnessing that she had her shades on, but from the angle I was at, I can actually see, I can see her withholding, and you know, it's almost like the fear of letting go of someone you truly love and admire and care for. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you cared for somebody so much that you were almost fearful about what their next journey will be like because you don't know where that puts you? And you where you are.
Right.
I'm gonna love you where you go. And we just witnessed that.
And I'm
So-
gonna ride with you wherever.
To the end, you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
Ride. Okay,
In addition to that, you know, it goes back to that tribe, you know, that I was trying to kind of weave in earlier of just having people around you that believe in you. And that's called influence.
Right.
When you can influence someone to go in the direction that you're going, that's called leadership. And so, you know, we're witnessing people want to willingly give you these flowers. Sometimes people wait until it's too late, right? Here we are celebrating this in her salon, but who knows where she can go, you know, in the future. She could be on Oprah. And then so many people will be like, yeah, girl, oh, I always believed in you. But did you really?
Right.
Did you really stay by my side when I was in the wait period? And so, I love that.
And all y'all sticking by my side through the wait period.
Right.
You know, showing up today means a lot to me because, you know, you never know. You know, some people are RSVP,
Right.
some people don't, some people show up, some people don't. You just never know. But I was very just prayerful, like, God, whoever come, whoever received the book, receive it. Like, I just, in a state of peace of like, it is what it is. Like, you love me, you don't know me, you don't, like, I don't care.
Or if you're happy I did it, but don't want to support the fact I did it.
What it
It's
is,
so many
because
layers.
timing is everything. So,
Right.
like I told a lot of people who I signed the books for today, I was like, whenever you read the book,
Right.
next month, next
Right.
week, next year,
Right.
let me know your feedback. It don't matter to me.
It's-
It's not a pressure because I know that it's timing.
That's such a true statement too. And again, I go back to just, you know, being an author and, you know, you put your story out there, you put your information out there, and you're hoping and praying that people receive it, that they understand it, that they're not judgmental in that process. And, you know, sometimes things fall through the crack. Life happens, right? Life be life. But in the process of that, you know, you go on to the next journey and whatever that phase, whatever that looks like.
Right.
And so, again, anyone who is here who's physically gotten a book and who has looked at the words and, you know, put your fingertip over like, that's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's something for you in it. The mere fact that everybody who is here is because you guys are being transformed. The reality is, y'all think this is just about her. But
It's not.
It's just as much about
I wrote
you.
this for y'all.
You know what I'm saying? It's just,
I wrote
it's
this
just
for
as much
y'all.
for you as it is for her. You know what I'm saying? And so take what's being given to you, and if you choose to go through that with a fine-tooth comb and see yourself, because you will, that's what books do, they reveal, right? If you choose to go through it, and it will help you to reveal you to you. You are here because you are a mirror. Again, like I said earlier, she's not attracting what she wants, she's attracting who she is. Okay? So that means that all of you are in the process of transformation. All right, let's go to the next person. Here we go. Okay, got you. All right, introduce yourself and ask your question.
Well, my name is Damian Young. I'm Sade's uncle. And I just want to say before I get started with my question is, you know, I've seen this little girl grow up. You know, we're not too close to age, but we kind of were, so we was kind of like brothers and sisters.
Not work.
It's like not that many years apart, but you know, it's like a brother and sister thing growing up. But you know, I wasn't too constant in her life, but every time I have shown up in her life, she's grown. She's you know, accomplished things here and there, and evolved and gotten better and things like that. And I know her mom is proud, I know her sister's proud, my brother's proud, my mom's proud. I'm very proud of her.
There you go.
And you know, I just want to say, you know, I'm grateful to be your uncle.
Yeah.
You know, but I just wanted to ask, and I don't mean to bring up any type of like ill type of emotions or whatever. If you didn't go through that situation you did when you was 13, you know, I would have known. Like I didn't know at that time. You think you would have been going on this journey that you are on now?
There we go. Oh, I touch on that in the book, and I feel like no, because it kind of gave me perspective. Because that's what new growth is giving, perspective. So had I not been in a position where I had to use my voice, how I had to be confident in that moment, had I had not been able to be strategic, because I was strategic too in that moment, I used a lot of skills that I didn't even realize until later on in that moment that prompted me to be in the position that I am. You know, I've worked in many fields. I was a behavioral therapist. I worked with kids with autism. I have been a publicist. I have been a braider. I've been a therapist. You know, when people sit in your chair, they are looking for therapy too, in a sense. So had I not gone, nobody wants to hear something from something that nobody that haven't been through anything. So not to say that okay, I wear that, as a badge, like I've been through something. Hey, check me out, I got you. But it is what it is. That's my life, and I have that perspective, so I can come and say that, hey, I know you, I see you, I know what you're feeling, I get you. Whether it's that, something else, I know the feelings, I know the energy, I know what all that pertains because I've been there. I've been there in different categories. I've been there from that situation. I've been there what it looks like to heal. I've been there when it comes to relationships, friendships, work, because entrepreneurship, your lifestyle reflects how you move in your entrepreneurship journey. So, it is what it is. Like, I think it's a thing of, do you own it as a survivor or a victim? I'm a survivor. So that is what it is. If I was a victim, you would see me on Big somewhere. Telling my body. I'm just saying, if I was a victim, I would be a statistic. I'm not a statistic. I'm a survivor. So it is what it is. I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. It's not my problem. It's his.
I think that that's such an incredible question because most times when we're going through things in our lives, we're asking God, why me? This hurts so much. I thought you were all of God. I thought you was a prosperity type of a God. Why does it hurt so much while I'm in this progress, in this process? You know what I'm saying? So you want to get back in? You want to get in here? You want to say it?
I'm good.
He want his
But I do got a statement though. So.
All right now.
He want his
I feel like I should come you to the last. But and so when we're going through things in our life, we tend to get down on ourselves because we're questioning why is this happening to me. But there's always that fruit, in anything that's being produced. Now, whether your father, your cousin, auntie, it doesn't matter who it is, okay? But in your case, that situation, he gave something to you.
Right.
You decided to turn it into a light. Right. You decided to shine a light on something. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else could have been like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody, or you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna put myself through pain because I don't want to hurt the other person. But the light in us gives and shed lights to other things around us. And so I appreciate that question because sometimes we have to reflect in our own lives when it's hard and it's difficult and it's challenging. Why do I have to go through this? Because I'm putting you through something so that you can give something away. You know what I'm saying? And so you answered.
I got a big butt, bro. I got a big butt.
Who said what?
Hold on, y'all crazy. I'm talking about a big, like,
Okay. I'm gonna know that.
I said,
What they gonna do anything, bro?
Where are we going? She's in, you guys. I'm gonna step in.
Okay, but capital B-U-T. Capital B-U-T.
I got a BUT, and I because I was the one to say, hey yo, he did something wrong. I spoke and I was the one to call all the authorities and And I had other sisters. One I didn't know until my freshman year of college. Kelsey Fullerton, Diamond Miller, who is here today.
And look just
Twin.
like you.
Girl, look just like you. And so it was important for me to include her because again, we didn't meet till then, but we was on the phone for hours just talking. I didn't even know that was her experience too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry I mean it's in the books. But we already talked.
Yes.
But we had similar experiences and I didn't even know her yet. But it was like confirmation to me to know like, dang, okay, you did something that paid forward to where someone you didn't even know got pretty much relieved from it.
Right.
And so we met, and my sister we did an interview, and I included her in chapter 2, freedom from bondage. And so I want to bring my sister up because I love her so much. She is definitely a light. She inspires me. She's a mother of 4 girls. Okay. Looking good. Okay.
I saw him.
I just want to know, like, I'm asking this question real quick, and then I'm Allie picking back.
No.
I want to know, like, what was your experience from, like, just being able to tell your part in the book? That insert, what that did for you.
Well, for me, like I expressed to you, my sister that was not his biological daughter was also experiencing the situation that we went through. So it was more so like relieving for me because I felt like a lot of guilt that I didn't have a voice to speak up to protect her at the time. Like with things that I was going through, just trying to process it and my upbringing, it was like we were told to like what stays in our house, I didn't have a voice. So when I found out that my sister went through it like years later, it just with this opportunity, it made me feel like I have to be big enough and to express and tell the story because at that time I didn't have what you had, the insight, the village to even, have that confidence to say, look, I'm going through it, let me at least protect my sister, so it was very liberating for me, and like I thank you for the opportunity to be able to even share that because to this day I've never publicly came out with what happened. Like even to this day, a lot of my family members don't even really know what happened because it's not a safe space. So it was a really liberating and freeing situation to be able to express what happened. Yeah, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I got my sisters in the building. Is there anything you just want to say?
Like, is there anything you want to get off your chest? Like, I think that watching go through this process, it really brought chills down my body because that legacy thing of just broadening the perspective. And you said that you still to this day hold on to that. So, what is it that you really want to say to get off your chest? And I really truly pray, and I hope that you guys stand in agreement with me in this, that whatever she says, that not only are these words her new seeds, we're done with the old seeds, but these are the words of her new seeds, and that you can now go on and now create your life, and you don't have to look back, have pain, but I think it's important that you do say something about that experience so that you can relieve yourself truly of that bondage. And what would you like to say to all of us, including yourself?
I would just like to say that, what I've been through is not my season or my journey now, that despite of what I've encountered, that I can continue to, create a new narrative with being a mother of 4 daughters. Like, I have to find ways to implement and teach them ways to not, continue the trajectory of like what I went through or my views of how people are, because not everybody, is that way. So I just had to back and understand that, hey, this is what I went through, but this is not like my current. So it was hard because, you know, like well, for me, I always wanted a relationship with my father and things like that. And what happened, it was just like, you know, it was unfortunate, but, you know, you move forward, you move on. And I just, you know, like I said, I feel like that was a testimony for me having 4 daughters to be able to, you know, break that cycle, to release and just know that, you know, I'm going to continue to find new ways to be the best version that I can for myself, for them, and what I went through is not my story. Now it's a part of me, but it doesn't have to have a hold on me.
I have a question. It's a deep question, and I'm sorry for this on my heart. When she decided to come public about it, did you feel some type of way? Did you feel exposed?
You know what? I did, but it wasn't in a way where I felt like frightened, because when she came about it, when the court and everything was about, I wasn't able to tell my story or my side because I moved around a lot. So I did have knowledge of him going through that process. So I felt like, you know, I didn't have that voice or that opportunity to say, hey, although he did it to my sisters, like, I'm a victim as well. And then later finding out that my sister that's not biologically his, was a victim as well. So it was like, I felt I had to, even though I was kind of not fearful, but I'm more of a reserved person. I kind of like, I'm protective. So I was just like, I thought about my children. I thought about, you know, even though we had these conversations and they know, it's just like, this is going to be exposed to the world. And, you know, going through situations, it's played a part in like my relationship. So it's like, not wanting to have that used against you, but I just felt like I needed to say something. You know, it was time to put that on my back, you know, and move forward. And with the interview and everything that transpired, it did me good, because, you know, I was able to, you know, talk about it and not feel like in a space where at first I couldn't talk about it. I shut down. I was just like, you know what, I put that in the back and I didn't want to, you know, even talk about it at the time.
And you are beautiful.
Thank you.
And you do, both of you guys, but, you know, talking to you directly, you are not wearing what you've been through on your face.
Thank you.
So,
I just appreciate you, sis, for being that vessel, for being, you know, I want to thank you then and now, because, you know, like I said, it was hard.
Yeah.
You know, I felt I didn't have that village. I didn't feel like my voice mattered. I didn't feel like I could, you know, even tell my side and be believed. So when you came, you saved not only me, but you saved my sister, who, you know, I love and care about deeply. And a lot of me felt like guilt because I couldn't even do that for her. So for you doing that for me and my baby sister, like, I really respect you. I love you for not just that, but just everything that you are. Like, you are inspirational to me. Like, I love everything about you, but just doing that for us, because like you said, our paths could be totally different. Right. So you saved me, my sister, and I thank you forever and ever and ever for that. Like, for real.
Before we go on to the next question, you're fine. You want to say it? Okay, whatever you want to do. Because you deserve it, okay? Anyway, when she was talking, I thought about the Trojan horse with he's holding up some flame as well. And, you know, you just riding, baby. Okay. And you just slow down. Alright. you riding, and you know, you have people around you who are solidifying and stamping the truth. And that's what we all want, right? Most people use social media to get validation. Some people, you know, use creating something just to get attention or whatever it is. But, you know, you also have people around you who are validating that, no, she did overcome this. And people want truth. And so I am just happy to witness it. And just sitting here, first of all, y'all look like twins. I don't know what is going on in the DNA. It's very trippy. I think I need to call you sis too and just be on the phone with you, girl. But, you know, I'm gonna reach out. Don't trip. Because you have a story too. And so again, it just continues to solidify and stamp you, sis. You are that Trojan, baby. Okay? You leading the way. Look, who you point to?
My mama.
There she go.
I think you had a question first.
Okay.
Oh,
Our
okay.
DJ had a question, and then he looked like
No,
Plies.
Lee.
Is this Plies? I'm just joking.
Oh,
No. I just
No, Lee had a question. Bo.
Okay, Derek.
Bo.
You drink the water.
Pay attention. Bo.
Bo had a question first.
Comment.
Okay, comment.
Ah!
So baby, I just want you to know that.
Come here. Let me hug you. Come here.
Can you sit down?
Can you sit down, please? He deserves to sit down. Yes. Yes.
Sit in the middle.
Okay.
I'll be here. I'm just gonna be here because I'm supposed to be in the camera shoot.
Really, I just wanted to let you know, like, watching you day in and day out on your journey, and seeing you countless nights, days, you know, it's inspiring. I see that you get through it somehow, and you keep a smile on your face. You're resilient, and I appreciate you and I respect you so much. And you know, it's amazing to be a part of what we have and to watch your journey. And I'm gonna make sure I definitely be there to support you through it all. But you know, not just because I'm your man, but
Sorry.
You're on camera, baby.
I'm also one of your biggest fans, right? So
Oh.
I want you to sign my book like you did everybody else.
Sign it on the camera, girl. We want to witness it.
I got it in the pen.
I want to make sure
Yeah, okay, I gotta do that on camera.
Give me a nephew or niece.
Wow.
I'll take whichever. Preferably a niece.
And then we're going to Leaders, okay? And then I'm coming to him. I'm coming to Derek next. No, I'm coming to you first. DJ, what you got? Huh? He didn't have one? I thought you had a question. No? Okay. I'm coming to you next.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Let me tell you something. What's special about having a support system, especially in a dominant masculine energy. The real thing with life right now is we are battling with masculine and feminine energy. We are battling with it. You see it, it's in front of your face, okay? And so when you have a woman who's trying to step into her femininity, it's very difficult to own all spaces. And you need that balance. I don't care what the world, this is my own opinion, please don't come after me for it, but the world tells women that, especially black women, that we are strong and we can do it and we can do all things, we don't need no men and all these other nonsense things. But a lot of times we do need that partner. And, you know, black women do not get the luxury all the time to have a supportive person. That's a luxury to us. To other demographics, it's an expectation. And we want to change the narrative. And so, you know, sitting here and witnessing that, I am experiencing that in my own relationship where I can truly be myself. And it's it's like we, you know, we echo where we are. It simultaneously just bounces off in all of areas in our life, and so, but that dominance, that male figure is so important, you know, because I know for myself, I had to battle that with, you know, when I was growing up, because I saw my mother be so meek and so attentive to everybody's needs, and she suffered the most. I was like, I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna be rich. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God, my partner allows me to be me.
Right.
And so to see and witness that, and I'm just saying that to echo why that's important, to see him love on you with no expectation, where you can just be free. That's the true butterfly. And every single black woman in here deserves that.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
DJ.
Subconsciously, we take a lot in.
Yeah.
Comments, being around fake people, real people. How do you bring self-love to yourself in a time like this? Like, I know you have your man, but it's a lot that goes on. How do you do self-love for yourself to get past every situation with all the things you have going on right now?
Come through, black man.
And I just wanted to, before I answer that question, I want to say that I am super excited that black men, young, old, mid, are in the building, because I didn't just write this book for women.
Right.
Like, I want to make that clear. This is not just for women. Like, I am a woman, so obviously I'm come from a bit more of that perspective. But, you know, my men could benefit from this too. To answer your question, a lot of the stuff I already kind of built up on my own. Like I said, going to the spa, pouring into myself, reading books, watching stuff, you know, YouTube University. You know, YouTube got the resources, videos, pouring into myself when it comes to the word, and, you know, talking to people, building relationships. I'm a people watcher. I'm very intuitive. I'm very able to, like, observe and adapt to different situations. I travel a lot, so I love to just, like, sit, have lunch, like, let's just create a vibe, right? I'm sitting, I'm having lunch, I'm in a different city, and I'm just people watching. I love to see how other people live their lives. So a lot of that plays a part in how I kind of, like, build up self-care, because it's perspective. I feel like one of my chapters is called Cup Half Full, not Cup Half Empty. And so Cup Half Full is just having that perspective of, like, life is not, it's not as hard as we make it. Like, stuff happens, but it's not as hard as you make it. So once you realize, just have a little perspective, just sprinkle a little perspective in it, you'll be all right. Just create self-care and build self-care, and whatever that means to you. I can't say what that means to you. Whatever that means to me, I'm able to incorporate that in my life, and then I have perspective based on that, and then that makes me deal with certain things better. So, yeah. I mean, that's self-care, whatever I like to do. I love candles. I love incense. I love plants and greenery and vibes and spas. I love essential stuff, because it all bohemian, like, vibes. Like, that makes me at peace. Brings me peace.
And it's, go ahead.
No, I was saying that is so dope, because I think at times in life, things happen and we get stuck.
Yeah.
And sometimes we look for other people to help get past certain situations. So to hear your experience and what you do might give us an opportunity to see what we need to do to take time to ourselves. Some people meditate, some people have that conversation, whatever that may be, but just to hear what you go through and light other people to help get past their experience, because it is tough in life.
It is, because I'm not able to be present in my life for someone else if I'm not present for myself. I can't be the best woman, the best daughter, sister, friend, whatever, if I'm not pouring into myself. So if I'm having a hard day, now having a partner, I'm able to talk and talk about it with him, and to be able to vent. But I can take a long bath, light a candle, watch a little work. little hour and a half drive, so I'm able to like, just think into my thoughts. Sometimes I'll drive home with no music, so you just find different things. It don't look the same every day. You just have certain tools and resources to incorporate, and it don't look the same, like I said, every day. So you just have little things in your toolbox, and you just pull it. Okay, today I feel like reading. Today I feel like a little candle, a little vibe. Today I feel like making some money. Like, you just kind of pull from it, and then, yeah.
I just wanted to pick up on that. I just want to say a lot of times, as far as you needing confirmation, a lot of times that's God speaking through a person. You feel me? As far as like shining through Sade, speaking through her, sometimes we be needing that. But anybody around you too, though. Like I was telling you, that's like all I pray for. Like continue shining through me, God. Continue speaking through me. That's exactly what He's doing for you, as far as everybody surrounded by you, or just fans that you have, strangers. They probably go to your page for motivation, inspiration for that. You feel me? So continue doing that. Looking for her when you need her the most. So
Yeah.
because that's nothing but God. He uses
That part.
Yeah.
We are all vessels. And, and anybody single or in a relationship, because in a relationship, you still need to date yourself. Okay? All right? I'm looking around, date yourself, okay? But when you are in a process of idleness, right, if you don't know what you like, how is somebody else going to give you what you like, right? Early in my relationship, I had this thing to where I had red roses every week.
Just about to say
It's
that.
so funny.
No, I told Bo, he like, you buy flowers for yourself? And he buy me some
But
flowers.
anyone who's a significant other will treat you like you treat yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you have this expectation of, I like red roses, or, I like, dinners cooked. I know how to cook, but I'm not the cook in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? But that's his love language. And so you find things where, it balances off this relationship, but you don't know what you're good at if you haven't dated yourself. Don't seek a relationship because everybody else is doing it and it looks successful. Oh, and I would be successful if I had this, that. No, because that may be that person's calling, but not yours.
Right.
Because you still don't know who you are and what you want. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to echo that of just getting familiar with yourself, spending those alone times. If you feel, like I can't go out and be the chick, not the woman, but the chick I need to be for everybody to like me right now, then let me spend some time in solitude so I can get to know myself a little bit more. So then when I come out and when I bust out, now the people around me are treating me in the way that they see fit for me because I've already set the bar. You gotta set the bar in all areas of relationships. Okay, and that does include work. Who was next?
First mother and her spiritual mom.
Hey!
We're gonna go with the mama. You go.
How about
Mama and her spiritual opportunity. So how about I give this? I said perfect opportunity. So I said, let me give this to mama. Okay, cause ain't no shame in my
And
game.
so
baby.
we'll just,
She could just
if
hold it.
anybody else, we'll just end
Just
with it.
What?
no, you good.
I know.
Alright, we're gonna end off with my mamas.
Hey everybody. Hey.
Hey.
I
Don't
want
say
to
too much
real
while
quick,
I'm gone.
she came afterwards, but who I was talking about was the Freedom from Bondage. My best friend Kalula's mom. This is the Rhonda Brown right here.
Hey.
Dally.
You are a spiritual daughter, and I love you so much. But I'm gonna give your mom the red carpet that she deserves.
Well,
My
first, you
sister.
guys, I just want to say to everyone, thank you guys so much for coming,
Yeah.
being present for her, and showing up for Sade today. It's so appreciated. I'm so grateful. But I wanted LaRonda to come up here with me today because I don't know if Sade really kind of talked about this in the book, but she was a vessel for me at a time when I wasn't able to be there for Sade at that very moment. The morning after the trauma happened with Sade, I was at work and Sade went to her home with Kalua, to walk to school with Kalua. She stepped in for me, and she was a vessel for her as a parent to be able to care for Sade until I was able to get to her. So I just wanted to tell you, if I've never told you ever in life, I just want to tell you thank you. Because you was able to be there for me. So you was the first sign of peace and love and safety for my daughter until I was able to get there. So I'm very grateful to you, and I want to just tell you thank you for that. I'll always be grateful to you for that, okay? I'm pretty sure you guys all have questions, and you guys all probably wonder how I've been able to kind of raise her and how we've been able to kind of move through this traumatic experience. There's a part of me that died 16 years ago. I died 16 years ago as a parent, and as a person, I died. Literally, I did. I literally just existed in life for many years. I literally just existed because I knew that everything I had in me had to be poured into my daughter so that she could be the healthy teenager and adult woman that you guys see today. This isn't something that was just created in the last 2 to 3 years. This is a person that you guys see that has gone through the process of healing, gone through the process of going within, doing the work, crying, therapy, us healing together, our journey together, a spiritual therapist, going through every single stage of life that she needed to, whether it was painful or joyful. She did it, and we did it together. And I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I asked God, when I got to her, because I was called at work when it happened. I was called off my job, and it's almost like the world just stopped for me at that moment, okay? And I just asked God, please just give me the tools that I need to make sure that my child is okay from this point on. Nothing else mattered. I didn't give a fuck about him. I didn't give a fuck about nobody at that point. Excuse my language. But I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about nothing. And for the past 16 years, that has been that has been my life. It really has. And I honestly had to learn how to live again. I did. Because I kind of feel like I was just existing for a really, really long time. I didn't know how to live because guilt, a lot of guilt. I'm sure, as you can imagine, I brought this man into my daughter's life. I didn't know who this person was, obviously. You know what I mean? So that was a lot of guilt that I lived with internally as a mother. Okay? But I'm very grateful that he did not take away her innocence. He didn't take that away from her.
He tried to break her spirit.
He tried to break her spirit, but it didn't work. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, Sade. You've done the work. You've done the healing. You stepped out on faith. You have sacrificed. You have loved. You have given. And I'm so grateful that everything is coming back to you full circle. Everything in your life is coming back full circle. And I'm so grateful that we've been able to go through this journey together, as well as you've been able to stand on your own and go through this journey together with you and God. God has been your father, okay? All these years, for the past 16 years, you have accepted God as your father, and he has been the one that has been on this journey with you, okay? So I'm so grateful. I'm proud of you. I love you. You're my best friend. We go through every stage of life together. You are amazing. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest supporter. I'm grateful for Lee being in your life. You guys are an amazing couple. I love you. And just seeing you just be happy and flourish, even when you have your bad days. We walk through them, we walk through the process, and you shine and you come out even greater than you did before. So I just want you to know how grateful that I am to you, and that today I am deciding to live again. Thank you for the confirmation that it's okay for me to live. Thank you. So I just want to tell you guys, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you guys.
And supporting her. Thank you for whoever leaves comments and any questions on our YouTube channel, as you may watch later on down the years, because I'm sure this is going to live on forever.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see where this book goes. I don't know who hands this book is going to get into. I don't know who this book is going to help, but I'm just excited because
That's
I
the
know
fun part.
something grand is going to come out of this book because you did it out of kindness of your heart.
Right.
You did this to pour out your vessel to other people. You did this so that you can release. That's your past, and this is now your future. And I'm so grateful, and I'm excited to see what your
Look
future is
at
going to look like.
Do that.
You're through
New
with that.
growth.
Your new growth.
New growth.
I know this time is hard to get, so I'm gonna make it quick. And you know it's hard for a preacher to make it quick, but I will. I do honor you as my spiritual daughter, and just to see your growth is awesome. And Life is one of my best friends. You know, you and my daughter have been friends since pre-K,
Right.
since 4. And it's been such a blessing to raise our daughters together. But I want to honor you as a transformational leader for this generation. You are a voice that needs to be heard for the young girls. And I see mentorship in you. I see so much more in you that God wants to unlock. This is just the beginning of something great that God is going to do in your life. As a transformational leader, as a change maker, I see you global. I see you international. And so God says, get your passport if you don't have it.
I got it.
We got to put some more.
We got that.
Okay. You got to put some more steps in the passport.
Amen. Yeah.
And I just want to say a blessing over you and your mother. You guys are a reflection of one another, and your light is shining. So continue to let your light shine. And God is expanding you and enlarging your territory. So I want you to know that the strength that you have with your fiance, your husband, and I decree it and declare it.
Speaking.
Claiming
All right.
I'm speaking to the prophet, priest, and king in you to arise.
Yeah.
So when he covers you, because you're going to need that.
Yeah.
You're going to need that priest to cover you for where you're going. You need that strong strength. But there's a king in you as well. Come on, that needs to arise. You know the woman king?
Yep. I haven't seen it yet.
That's who you are. You are a woman of power, a woman of, as your husband said, resilience. I'm calling it already in.
It's gonna happen.
Talk about it.
Because in this season,
Don't hurt nobody.
Don't hurt nobody.
in this season, you have what you say.
Yeah.
And you just spoke life over yourself.
Right. Oh, yourself.
And God is going to replenish you. And he's going to make your latter days greater than your beginning days.
Come on now.
You haven't seen nothing yet. Nope.
Amen.
You guys are going to soar together. I see you on a talk show.
Oh.
And I see your mom right there beside you.
Come on
Talk.
God is going to do something great. The prophet in me is telling you that I see great things for you.
I'm here for it.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
All right.
Y'all gonna do
Look,
it?
before we start to leave off and all of that stuff. What? No. Okay. Number one, Saturday Miller. I love you so much. I love you too. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Girl, you did that.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of you.
Like in confusion, when you just don't know, she did it. And so I just want to honor that in you. Most importantly, though, your touch is impactful, and I know that everybody who leaves out of this room will have a transformed mindset because they're looking at something in the physical form. And even when you're depleted and you feel like the burden is too much, the leadership is too much. Sometimes it's too much. It's too much attention. It's too much exposure. We just don't know. It's too much. But you are in your right to live freely. So be in your right. Continue to be in your right. Continue to be in your power. Use your voice. Activate this chakra. Okay? Because there is no transformation without confirmation of voice. And so most times God needs to hear your voice. You can say it, think it, have a thought. You can have internally, but if you don't vocalize it, it means nothing.
you don't write it down and make it plain, it means nothing. Because we all know, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, right? The Word,
Right.
not the thought. Not the thought. Speak on it, okay? So continue to use your voice, continue to use your words to transform completely any generational curse that has been over you, any vortex is released in the immediate.
Right.
You stand in your power, and you keep walking, and you watch what God has for you and your family.
Right.
All right? So I love you.
Thank you, guys. And thank you for sticking around, and we're about to just vibe out and close out. Thank you,
Yes.
DJ Fleetwood.
Now we having us
and
twerking on
Heather on the book.
Right after prayer, huh?
I just want to say thank you so much. You know, it obviously I have the location, but it still takes a sense of production to put something like this together. So I'm grateful for you guys for showing up and being a part of this moment.
We love you.
And I want to say shout out to my, because it's on camera too, and they're gonna see this. Shout out to my partners right now and my future partners in other joint ventures, Black Panther, Roots Natural, who I have the gift bags. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with their products, maybe. They're gonna be my partners in the future. So I just want to shout them out because they did gift us with some gift bags. So they are right there. So you can take them away and use them on your hair and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot. We're gonna do a lot of big things.
Right.
But yeah, thank y'all.